Hello, I'm Captain Brian Spooner from the Pasco Training Academy, and today we are here to talk about the TurboDraft jet siphon system. This video will touch on the important steps to ensure proper operation of the system. The TurboDraft system requires a minimum of 2 firefighters to set up. You will need to grab a couple of things to get started. First, we will need to grab some supply hose. We will need 3-inch and 5-inch supply hose to complete the supply loop. You can have up to 200 feet of hose, but keep in mind that the longer the hose, the less volume you will get at the pump. You will also need a flotation device to help float the TurboDraft unit. We have found that either an empty 5-gallon foam bucket or life jackets will work for this. Now grab your supplies and head to the water. Make sure to always check your footing and look for wildlife before entering the waterways. Time for setup. First, attach your 5-inch hose to the TurboDraft, followed by the 3-inch hose. Have your partner attach the other end of the hose to the truck. Make sure all connections are airtight. Second, we need to make sure that the TurboDraft floats. We will need to either use our 5-gallon bucket or our life jackets. Attach the item to the large handle on the top of the unit. Once this is complete and all connections are tight, you're ready to put the TurboDraft in the water. Take the unit and carefully throw it into the water. Use a long pike pole to push the unit further into the water to gain additional depth. We need 2 to 3 feet of standing water with the screen facing up. We are now ready to head to the pump panel. Driver engineers, the TurboDraft acts as a jet siphon more than a traditional drafting device. You will not use the primer to operate the TurboDraft. The engine should be placed into pump gear and the truck prepared for pumping operations. The intake valve should be closed. Open the bleeder on the suction intake valve to allow any air in the hose to be vented. Open your tank to pump valve. Increase the engine pressure to 175 psi. Open the 3-inch discharge supplying the TurboDraft unit and maintain discharge pressure at 175 psi. This is required to start suction flow back to the truck. As the 3-inch line is charged, the 5-inch will immediately start to fill. Close the bleeder once the water reaches it and slowly open the suction intake valve. The water supply is now established. We found during training exercises that we were able to flow around 500 GPMs with 100 feet of 5-inch hose attached. You can double your volume by adding a second TurboDraft system to the officer's side of the truck. Firefighters and driver engineers will use the same process to gain a positive water supply from the second system. Thank you for taking time to review today's training video on the TurboDraft system. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call the Pasco County Fire Rescue Training Division.